Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Nazmi bin Mardi, and today I will be presenting my case study for EDU550 Educational Psychology. My research focused on a critical challenge in our current education system. My title is Teacher's Perspective on the Cause, Characteristic and Management of Unmotivated Students in Modern Classroom. So, the purpose of this study is threefold. First, I want to identify the specific behavioral characteristic of unmotivated students as observed by practitioners. Second, I want to examine why teachers believe this motivation is lacking, looking at internal and external factors. Finally, I want to investigate the management strategies teachers use to re-engage these learners. The research objective is to identify the behavioral characteristic of unmotivated students as observed by teachers. Second, to examine the teacher's perception of the factor contributing to lack of student motivation. And the third, to investigate the classroom management strategies teachers use to engage unmotivated students. For the research question, to ground this research, I look at existing studies, research by Oliver et al. 2011, highlight that effective classroom management can significantly reduce destructive behavior. Additionally, Mahava et al. 2018 emphasized that cooperative and problem-solving strategies, rather than just punishment, are key to managing modern classroom. My analysis is supported by two major theories. First, self-determination theory, or SDT, which explore how unmet needs for autonomy and competence lead to unmotivation. Second, Marzano's management theory, which stressed the importance of witness, the teacher's ability to remain aware of everything happening in the classroom while maintaining emotional objectivity. For the method I use a qualitative design, conducting semi-structure with 12 interviews. I interviewed two experienced English teachers from Terengganu. English teacher which is Encik Isamuddin, teacher 1, with 12 years of experience from SMK Sarjana, and Cik Ain Najiah, teacher 2, with 8 years of experience from SMK Putra. So this is the interview question that I asked the both of the teacher with the same question. Now we move to similarities we found in both teacher response. First, both teachers observed a noticeable increase in low motivation students in recent years. Many students show low effort, lack of interest, and easily give up when facing challenge. Second, family background and home environment were identified as major contributing factors. Students from less supportive or challenging environment tend to struggle more with motivation and engagement in school. Third, both teachers agreed that peer influence play a strong role in shaping students' attitude toward learning. Students are highly influenced by their friends, sometimes more than by teachers. In addition, technology was seen as a major distraction, especially through mobile phone, social media, and games, which affect student focus and concentration in class. Finally, despite this challenge, both teachers strongly believe that education has the power to change student life, especially when teachers provide guidance encouragement, and appreciate support.
Sebagai cikgu yang agak berpengalaman, insyaAllah, saya perasan trend pelajar yang sudah give up makin meningkat dalam kalangan student kita lah. Ni kerana mereka sekarang ni sudah nampak duit tu penting, bukan pendidikan, bukan hanya duit saja. Jadi seperti contoh, kami cikgu di Pantai Timur, terutamanya dekat Setiu, anak murid kami ni terlebih sukakan pekerjaan daripada belajar. Jadi mereka lebih prefer bekerja dekat kedai celup tepung, area penarik daripada datang sekolah belajar, dan nampak sangat datang sekolah hanya untuk mengelakkan daripada dibebel oleh mak ayah je di rumah. Mereka dah tak nak dah langsung buka buku, tak nak buat apa-apa, hanya datang sekolah untuk tidur sahaja dan cipta masalah di sekolah.
Now, let's move to the difference between teacher 1 and teacher 2. First, in their view of a motivated student, teacher 1 believes students need guidance and emotional support. He thinks motivation can be developed through encouragement and understanding students' personality. In contrast, teachers 2 believe students need more discipline and personal responsibility. She emphasized that students must take initiative in their own learning. In terms of their perspective on the education system, teachers 1 feel the system should be more flexible and student-centered. He values creativity and adapting lessons to meet student needs. Meanwhile, teachers 2 believe the system already provides a clear structure. She supports standardized goals and believes students should adjust to the system. Regarding classroom management and teaching approach, teacher 1 uses a more interactive and collaborative style. He encourages discussion, group work, and active participation. Other than that, teachers to apply more structure and teacher-centered approach, focusing on clear rule, order, and direct instruction. In the mentor-mentee relationship, teacher 1 build closer relationship and sees himself as both teacher and mentor. Teacher 2 maintain a more professional boundary and focus mainly on academic guidance. In conclusion, although both teachers aim to help students succeed, teacher 1 adopt a supportive and flexible approach, while teacher 2 emphasize structure, discipline, and result.
Kita tak salahkan sistem pendidikan. I think sistem pendidikan just fine. Tak ada masalah untuk sistem pendidikan. Sistem pendidikan tu dia berat kepada cikgu sebenarnya, yang memeningkan cikgu. Untuk student tak ada masalah. Cuma yang teacher cakap, dia, pelajar sekarang dia macam nak senang mudah. Contohnya bila dia tengok satu-satu dia tengok ada orang berjaya dengan jadi influencer. So dia nampak macam mudah untuk jadi influencer tu.
So let's move to the main finding from thematic analysis. From the first term, we found that unmotivated students commonly show clear behavioral pattern. Many of them give up easily when facing difficult tasks and experience cognitive withdrawal, where they simply stop trying once a challenge appears. In the classroom, some students are passive, such as sleeping or sitting quietly without participating, while others become destructive and attention-seeking. Another important finding is that many students accept failure without self-reflection. They receive low marks but do not seriously analyze or change their effort. Socioeconomic background also plays a role, especially among students who develop a survival mindset and focus on a short-term needs. The second term highlight the internal and external factor distributing to student disengagement. Internally, students often lack awareness about the importance of education, and do not clearly understand how learning can improve their future. Externally, several influences shape their motivation, including grade-oriented pressure from parents, limited parental involvement, and home environment challenge. Technology and social media also significantly affect focus and prioritize, especially with screen addiction and unrealistic career expectation from influencer culture. Peer influence is another strong factor, as students are highly affected by their friends' attitude and decision. In addition, socio-economic difference create a confidence gap between students from different backgrounds. Let's move to the third theme, which is focus on teaching strategy used to engage students. Teacher emphasize to supportive monitoring rather than strict force. They apply positive reinforcement, emotional encouragement, and gentle discipline to maintain motivation. Many use small achievable tasks and gradual scaffolding to help students experience success step by step. Peer assist learning and strong teacher present in the classroom also help improve engagement. More importantly, building rapport and understand student personally make classroom management more effective.
Ini budak yang susah dengar cakap ni kebanyakannya daripada family yang garang. Kalau kat rumah mak ayah dia memang dah garang, jadi mereka tak takut dah dengan kita punya nak denda ke, nak ketuk ke, nak rosam ke, dia dah biasa. Betul biasa kita ni kan, cara-cara panggil ayah sayang menyayang menyayang lah. Ya awak rosam. Cuba buat elok sikit. Kita cuba kita cari approach yang lembut sikit. Gitu. Tapi susah juga sebenarnya sebab kadang-kadang kita pun ada emosi satu hari tu, tak nak menampung sangat emosi tu. Cumanya cara yang terbaik yang saya rasa untuk bila budak tu menjadi nakal, dia degil. Kita panggil dia elok-elok, cakap awak ni dah kenapa. Saya cuba buat tahun lepas ada kat seorang student saya. Tapi dia berhenti sekolah last tu. Dia berhenti sekolah sebab dia tak tahan dah. Banyak sangat ni urusan yang nak kena buat. Sebab saya ajar subjek yang susah untuk orang faham sebab bahasa saya kan bahasa alien. Untuk mereka memahami saya.
Tahun ni, teacher akan set ground rules dulu. Teacher akan letak dulu rules and regulation for my class, English class. Okay, and normally my students kalau kali ketiga teacher tegur, still lagi contohnya dia borak. 3 kali teacher tegur, teacher tak akan buat denda. I will ignore him or her. And normally cara tu dia perasan je yang teacher marah kat dia. Sebab baru je minggu lepas sebab teacher dapat kelas paling belakang, tingkatan 4 Rush. Even dia tak tahu apa itu eyes, apa itu nose, apa itu mouth. So I have to teach them parts of the body. Dekat kelas teacher tu kat belakang saya tu ada 3 orang. Dia macam bila teacher masuk, I do not know whether they want my attention ataupun memang dia nak teacher bertempik. Tapi dia orang memang 3 kat belakang tu memang takkan dengar my instructions. Dia macam tengok kat luar, dia borak. What I did was apa yang teacher buat adalah teacher mengajar macam biasa. Teacher puji kawan-kawan dia yang jawab soalan, yang tumpu, dan teacher buat tak tahu kat dia orang. Lepas tu mungkin bila dia tahu teacher tak buat tak tahu kat dia orang, dia start macam dia dah gabrah. Kenapa teacher tak pandang langsung dia, teacher buat tak tahu. Teacher pergi kat meja orang lain tapi tak pergi kat meja dia. So end up lepas tu dia join. Macam okay lah, not bad. But sometimes bila kita bertempik ataupun denda tak jadi pun. Okay, dia ada hari yang denda tu berkesan. Ada hari ignorant berkesan. Buat tak tahu. Ada hari kena puji, kena pujuk. Tapi for me tak boleh lah macam everyday you masuk you marah-marah. Sebab the students, bila kita marah 2-3 orang students, kita takut marah tu akan affect students yang nak belajar. So the way teacher akan ignore dia orang. Tapi normally teacher ignore tu bukanlah saja memang malah nak ambil tahu suka hati nak jadi apa. Tak. Tapi normally they will realise sebab dia dah tingkatan 4. Dia tahu yang cikgu tengah marah.
For this session, I will present the finding from my data analysis and discussion supported by relevant theories and literature. Overall, the findings are organized into 3 key parts: why students are unmotivated, their characteristics, and how teachers re-engage them. First, based on the interview data, teacher observed that many students are distracted by social media such as TikTok and gaming, and some students even work night shift to earn money. For example, working at small food stall. This caused them to lose interest in school because they don't see education as immediately useful. This makes self-determination theory where students experience lack of relatedness, meaning they feel school does not connect to their real life need. This also supported by Wright 2011, who explained that students often lack incentive value when learning does not provide instant reward like money or social media attention. Second, regarding the characteristic of the unmotivated student, teachers describe students as being very passive. They sleep in class, show a rather or surrender attitude, and wait to be spoon-fed. In SDT, this reflects a lost competence where students stop trying because they don't believe they can succeed. Literature by Oliver et al. 2011 also categorized this as passive disruption, where students may not be aggressive, but their withdrawal becomes a major barrier to classroom success. Lastly, in terms of how teachers re-engage students, teachers report using personal rapport, praise, and step-by-step guidance. This aligns with Marzano's classroom management strategies such as wittiness and high cooperation, where teachers stay aware, show care, and support students actively. In addition, Mahva et al. 2018 emphasized that integrative and collaborative strategies are more effective than punishment for long-term improvement. Now we move to main finding, data analysis and discussion. Starting with the look of unmotivation, my research show that this is not simply about students being lazy. Instead, it reflects a deep-seated helplessness attitude. Teacher observed 2 distinct patterns. First, passive behavior, where students sleep, stare blankly, or wait to be spoon-fed information. Second, destructive behavior, where students act out not to avoid work, but as a cry for attention or emotional response. This proves that unmotivation is a complex issue of mindset and behavior, not just a lack of effort. Moving to the why, the root of cause, the teacher I interviewed strongly believe that the modern curriculum often feel disconnect from a student's real-world reality. We are competing with the influencer culture of TikTok and the immediate reward of the gig economy. When a student can earn money quick working a night shift or receive instant validation through digital lights, the long-term value of a diploma starts to fade. In psychology, we call this a lack of relatedness. The students simply don't see how the classroom help them achieve their current life goal. Finally, how do we manage this? The findings suggest that most effective tool is not punishment but relationship building. Both teachers emphasize acting as mentor rather than just instructor by using what we call supportive monitoring, which include a personal report, scaffolding, and genuine praise Teacher can rebuild a student's confidence while they must maintain firm authority to keep order. It is this human-centered emotional support that truly re-engage the learner. In conclusion, while modern distractions are powerful, a structured and supportive teacher-student bond remain the most effective solution to unmotivation. As we look ahead, I have identified 3 key areas for future study. First, we need to explore incentive-based pedagogy specifically for working students. While quick reward can boost immediate engagement, we must investigate how to design these incentives so they build long-term intrinsic motivation rather than creating a dependency on external reward. Second, I recommend a longitudinal study on digital gamification. While gamified tools are popular for short-term fun, we need to know their long-term impact on student actual concentration and attention span. Thus, the effectiveness wear off once the novelty is gone. Understanding this will help educators use technology more sustainably. Finally, we should address the dependency gap in mentoring. While strong teacher-student bonds are vital, we must ensure that mentoring empowers students rather than making them reliant on the teacher for every decision. Future research should focus on strategies that balance guidance with student autonomy. By addressing this area, we can move toward a more resilient and student-centered education landscape. That's all from me. Thank you.